Guys, I finally got an architecture internship. If you watch any of my videos, you know that this is something that I've been trying to get for a while. Literally, check this out. This was me a couple months ago. Guys, why is an architecture internship so difficult to get, man? Bro, I'm tired. I'm so tired. So that video was from a vlog I did about my first ever architecture interview in London, and that was literally one of my best interviews ever. I left there so, I was in a good mood because I thought I was definitely gonna get it, but I ended up not getting a job. Learned so much from that experience. So this architecture internship that I've got now is gonna be my second internship of the summer. That means that I've got a total of 5 internship offers this summer. 2 in finance, 1 in sales and marketing, 1 in facade engineering, my first internship of this summer, and 1 in architecture that I'm about to start to finish off the summer. So yeah, I kind of understand my way around internships and how to secure them. In this video, I'm going to talk about my experience with internships, the lessons I've learned from my internships, and a step-by-step guide on how to secure a summer internship. And I'll finish up with alternatives to summer internships, because if you don't get an internship, it's not the end of the world. There's still lots of options. But yeah, drop a like if you're excited about this video, and we'll get into it. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Dami Fadun, and I'm now going to be a 3rd year architecture student studying at Cambridge University. So yeah. The first thing I'm going to touch on is the importance of internships. Why should you get a summer internship? There are so many advantages of getting an internship, guys, like so many. First of all, the main one for me is the fact that you're literally getting paid to learn. You're getting paid to get experience in an industry that you could possibly go into in the future. These companies have got literally people that have made the same path as you, that went through the same journey, the same universities, and then they've got the job that you want to get in the future. Like, it's a no-brainer. They're paying you good money, sometimes even more money than you could get working for agencies or working at retail or even McDonald's, KFC. Literally, they're paying you more money than that. And at the same time, you're getting experience for where you want to be in the future. It's a no-brainer for me. And linking to that, another massive advantage is mentorship and networking. Again, you're meeting the people that are the best in your industry and that do this day in, day out. So obviously when you graduate, you can connect with them and they can possibly give you a job after university. And my third point is personal growth. These internships can be really difficult. You learn so much. Whether you're in finance, you learn how to work in a fast-paced environment. Whether it's architecture, you're working on real projects. Any industry you go into, it can be really challenging. It's a big jump from university to industry. So you're getting to apply the stuff you learn in university to actually real life scenario. It's the real world now. And then the last point I would say about the importance of internship is the fact that you're literally getting an inside look to how a multi-million-pound company operates. When I first got to the office of the first week of my first internship of the summer, it was crazy to see how complicated these organizations are. Even from the inductions to the building management to the HR to the recruitment officers. Like, I know this sounds crazy, but just imagine having a company so big that you need a department just for inductions. Not even HR, but like just inductions, just to get people to do inductions online about health and safety. Like, how big does your company have to be? You're getting that inside look of how a big company operates. So maybe you want to start your business in the future, you get to see how a big company operates already. So you've got that mindset, that framework for the future. So that's also a benefit of an internship. Maybe you don't want to work 9 to 5 when you're older, but getting that inside look, that experience of a big organization, that can be really beneficial in the future. Okay, let's get into my ultimate guide of getting an internship, a summer internship. Number 1, start early. Genuinely, this is probably my best advice. Start early. The biggest challenge for me personally anyways, getting an internship was university. University is tough. It's so busy. I studied at University of Cambridge, which is very academically challenging. There's so much busy every day. So applying for an internship is not factored in. It's crazy that university and industry is not, it can feel really separate at times. It's not really interconnected. There's not really any guidance for, I don't know, take this week to apply to internships. It's not really supported like that. So you really need to take initiative to slot time out, to box time out to apply for internships, because university was such a big barrier to applying for internships. It's so annoying. You know, you need to revise for work, deadlines coming up. Where am I going to apply for internships? But you need to prioritize time. Start early. I think that is my biggest advice. Start early. Early can mean from October, and maybe for more architecture internships it can be more December, January time, but the earlier the better. No cap. My second point is list down the companies that you want to apply to. Research the opportunities that are out there. Actually make a list of these companies. I mean, a lot of people do spreadsheets and a lot of people use Notion. A lot of finance people do that. They have like extremely detailed list, the company name, the application, the type of application they want to apply to, whether you need a cover letter, whether you need this, that, you can do that. But again, university is a really busy time, so you might not really have time for that. I did not have time to do a detailed spreadsheet like that, genuinely. My spreadsheet was just the company name. Have I applied? Yes. Have I not applied? No. In progress? Yes. In progress? No. It doesn't have to be complicated. As long as you've got a list of the companies you're applying to. For me, architecture, made the list of all the architecture practices that I would like to apply to. Yeah, it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be too detailed. As long as you've got some type of framework, some type of structure that you can go about going through the application process. Don't just wake up one day and decide to apply to this and apply to that. Actually keep a progress of your application, and yeah, maybe create a folder for each company as well, because you will have to alter each cover letter depending on the company, but more on that later. You can find out about these opportunities through multiple different ways: networking event, attending university career fairs, by the internet, LinkedIn, social media, through a friend. Just find out as many opportunities as you can. There are always more companies out there than you actually know. My third point is connect with people. Fun fact, this second internship was actually through one of my networks, one of my mentors, that I got this summer internship, the second one. It's actually crazy. So if I didn't know this person, I wouldn't have been referred to make an application for this company. So all the applications I did for all the different architecture practices, I didn't get them. So you're telling me I only got this one because I knew someone? Guys, networking, that's just the industry. That's just how it works. You need to know someone in that company, and 99.9% of the time you're gonna get that position because you know that person and they actually referred you. Genuinely, because it makes sense. Because if I know someone and I know you're a nice person and then you refer someone to me, and I'll obviously trust that person because I trust you. It's annoying sometimes, but that's just how it is. Like, referrals actually work. Connect with people. The way a way that I do it is I use a referral template. So I just go about messaging people in a company that I want to get into. I've got a template, I'll put it on the screen now, that I use. Literally, it's that simple. The worst thing they can say is no, because you don't know them, so it's not like you're embarrassing yourself like that. So literally, go about messaging people in these companies that you would like to get a position in. And don't just ask them for a job, ask them for advice, and then it will lead to a position in the best case scenario. I think this applies most to architecture internships. When you're making that list of companies, also have a tab where you can put the email of the connect that you've got, the network that you've got in that company. Because if you can direct a cold email to that person in that company, your chances of getting an internship increases significantly, I promise you. Try and get an in to that company. Create a standout CV and cover letter. And if you study architecture, you need a standout architecture portfolio. Make sure your portfolio is good. Start early. If you've not got your CV sorted, if you've not got your cover letter sorted, if you've not got your portfolio sorted, what are you doing? Like, get it sorted now. It doesn't have to be perfect, especially your portfolio. Portfolios take a long time to put together, I promise you. I promise you, you can't be doing that during university time. Portfolios take a long time, especially if you want it to look good. And then for your CV especially, there's a standard CV format that you should follow. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Your CV should look roughly like this. 1 page max. Don't go over 1 page. Make it as concise as possible. Make sure you work on it. Make sure your portfolio makes sense. The layout is aligned. The layout just makes sense. It's visually appealing. You can try to get feedback from your tutors at university, and that you're constantly updating it with your most recent experience as well. For your portfolio specifically, it doesn't just have to be your most recent work. Put your best work in it. If your best work is from first year, put that in. It doesn't just have to be in chronological order. Put your best work first, because if you're going through it, you want to see the best thing first. You don't want to start with the worst thing and then gradually get better, because if they see the worst thing, they won't want to look on anymore, if that makes sense. Put your best work at the start. But that's an important advice. Start on your portfolio early, because it takes a long time. Okay, my 5th point now is prepare for interview and assessments. This is if you make it past the screening stage, the initial stage of CV, cover letter, portfolio, and then it comes to interview and assessment. The good thing about applying to lots of internships is that there's lots of practice. You get lots of practice, you get lots of interview experience. The video I showed you at the start, that was an interview experience. I might have not got it, but that experience is with me. I'm literally so confident now with talking about myself, my strengths, my weaknesses, what I bring to the table, what I can offer, what I want to learn. I can talk for ages about architecture. I can talk for ages about what I can contribute to the company. Like, because of all these internships that I've applied to, all these interviews I've been in, it's just natural practice. So the more you apply to, the more you get interview experience. You just get better and better, and it's inevitable that you're just gonna ace every single interview afterwards. It's inevitable because you're just so confident now. My main interview tip is to turn every interview into a conversation. So when you get asked a question, don't just give yes or no answers, or don't just give one sentence. Try to tailor each interview question to an experience that you've had. Try to link it to your strength and what you can offer, if that makes sense. Don't just give a closed answer. And show passion, because at the end of the day, for internships, they don't expect you to know everything about the industry, because they literally want to pay you to get experience. That's what an internship is. So they're not necessarily looking for the most qualified, because in that interview that I showed you that I didn't get, they didn't take me because there was someone that didn't have as much experience as I did. So they're not always looking for the best, most experienced candidate. Maybe they're just looking for personality and passion. So try to get that across in your interview. And it will obviously be easier to show passion if you actually like what you're applying for. And that's another big thing. Apply for internships that you are actually interested in. Don't just go for, corporate banking, because it's lots of money. Lots of money is not a bad thing. Like, that is a good motivation. But don't just be genuinely interested in money and the financial state and political state of the world. Like, be genuinely interested in that, so it will be easier to show passion in the interview. Yeah, I want to touch on architecture interviews, especially when you're talking through your portfolios at the interview. At this point, you should know your portfolio inside out. You've worked on your designs for months in uni, so you should know your portfolio inside out. Like, genuinely, it should get to the point where you can talk about your portfolio with your eyes closed. Know your portfolio inside out. Know your CV inside out. That is literally your strength. Try to get a good narrative. Try to link it to you. Link it to your roots. Just get your passion across, and show them that you're excited about what you do, excited about the industry, and you can never go wrong with that. Genuinely, if you can be really passionate and be really energetic, and smile, guys, smile at your interviews. Yeah, also, before you go to the interview, research who is interviewing you at the company. LinkedIn is there. search up their name on LinkedIn, look at the projects they've worked on, what their history is, where they went to university, what their path was. Research. It will make it a bit easier to tailor your answers to what they're interested in. So that is a big cheat code. So research who your interviewer is. It will make it a bit easier. And you've seen their face before. You've seen a picture of them, so you won't be shocked when you see them in real life for the first time. So just prepare, research the company as well. Of course, you should know the company inside out. Not inside out, but know a couple projects they've done. You know the type of, I don't know if it's finance, know the type of M&A deals they've done, the different, just stuff like that. Again, they don't expect you to know everything. It's an internship position. And then one more thing about interviews: if you're getting nervous in your interview, what I do is I clench. I do this, but with my toes in an interview when I'm nervous. See, I'm talking now. I'm clenching my toes. So I don't know. That's like a release of when I'm nervous, if that makes sense. So figure out what works for you and what makes you perform at your best. My sixth point is to follow up on interviews if they're taking too long. On emails, just say, this is just me following up on my interviews. And if you don't get the position, make sure to follow up for feedback and learn why you did not get the position. It can be really good for going forward, because you need to make sure you're learning from all the applications you've done. Actually make sure you're getting feedback and what you can do better in the next one, because there's no way you're going to apply to lots and not learn something. You're going to pick up some things along the way which can be the reason why you get another internship. Okay? And to finish off my points, I think this is the 7th point. Yeah, I think so. Is dealing with rejections. You can probably figure out my tactics for applying for internships. For me, it's with quantity comes quality. Like genuinely, I just list down the companies I want to apply to, and I apply to them. Of course, it differs to different people. Disclaimer, my opinions do not stand for everyone. This is my personal experience. Some people just apply to 5 internships max and they get it. People are built different. Personally, I like to apply to quite a lot, so I know that there's no way I'm going to apply to all these and not get one. And I ended up getting 5 this summer. This is the first time I've applied for summer internships, and it worked for me. It might seem less efficient, but over time, you're going to get better at interviews, you're going to get better at CVs, your portfolio. You just know what works, and you start to get the positions. So if you want to go through this tactic, you can't care about rejections. Rejections is just redirection. For my first internship of the summer, facade engineering, I met one of the other interns, and she was jokingly talking about how if I got that other internship that I got rejected for, we would have never met each other, and I would have never connected with all the smart, talented people that I met at my internship. It just makes sense. It's like everything works together for your good. Remember, if you didn't get it, someone else also got it, which is beneficial for them. So don't just take rejection as motivation and as a learning curve for the next job that you're gonna get. Don't get bogged down on them. Of course, when you get rejected, when I got rejected for that interview, boy, it was pain. It was really annoying. It was frustrating, but you've got to look at the bigger picture, zoom out and see that, yeah, it's just meant to happen. It's not the time yet. Rejection is just redirection. And yeah, I just want to finish off again saying everything I've mentioned today is my own personal experience. This is not everyone's tactics. Everyone goes about it in a different way. When you start applying, you start to find what works out for you, what doesn't. So yeah, make sure to try to explore different approaches, different avenues. Yeah, I'll be starting my architecture internship very soon. So make sure you look out for the day in the lives, the week in the lives that I'll be making. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to check out all my other videos. I appreciate you so much, and I'll catch you, yes you, on the next video. Peace. We're gonna talk about what Love God, who Love God is, what Love God is, and what our mission is. So if you don't know me, my name is Dami Fadun, and I'm basically like
the founder of Love God. If you follow our social media, you probably always see these two logos. You probably recognize the one on the left more, because that's the clothing brand. But Love God started on the right. It started in October 2022. I just started posting lots of Bible quotes each day, like every day for literally a year. And then I just felt like I had to do more. And then from that Love God came Love God Clothing, and that's kind of, yeah. So Love God Clothing functions as a business, but proceeds from the business funds the non-profit of Love God, which is this. So it's that collaboration that births this events that we do. So Love God Clothing and Love God. On the next slide, there's a QR code. We're gonna start a WhatsApp community. So if you guys could just bring out your phones, scan the QR code, and yeah, join our community. It's just a start. Love God Clothing turned 1 on the 9th of April. So yeah, bigger and better. It's all love, man. That's what Love God is. Love, 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 love.